What's up? How y'all doing? I'm Gerald Sip, Mr. Sip. This is my wife, Tabitha Sip, Mrs. Sip. We've been married. Next month, on the 23rd, I'll make our 1 year anniversary. You hear me? So, we're going to start this podcast to give out marriage advice and also relationship advice. Because it took a lot to get to this point where we at. Man, it was a rough ride all the way to get to where we at today. And like I say, next month on the 23rd, we approaching our 1 year anniversary. Man, we get a lot of questions, people seeking advice about, how a relationship, how a bond, how marriage is, is so tight like that. We don't fake the funk. We straight real with it, but it wasn't always like this. Come here, babe. Look, she in the kitchen right now cooking up, like, with no problem. This is what we do every day. Like, we don't fake it. I mean, shit was rough at one point in time. I did things I had no business doing, but my wife at the time was my, whatever y'all want to call it, when you shacking up. She was my girlfriend, the mother of my 4 kids. I ain't gonna say baby mama because I never had a baby mama. I would consider her at that time the mother of my 1 child at the time, second child, my 3rd child, my 4th child, the mother of all my kids. We were shacking up. And she put up with a lot of my foolishness, a whole lot. And I also put up with her foolishness, meaning in terms of whatever she may have put me through in the beginning. When we first, I ain't gonna speak on when we first started dating or when we first, met each other. But when we got serious and I moved in with her, and I moved in together, she had her own place. I was struggling. I had hit some hard times in my life, and I was in a previous relationship, and that shit didn't work out. And I'm gonna just give you the whole rundown about that. Y'all forgive me, pardon me. I had to step away and put that out. But I was me and her had got together. We had a child. She got pregnant for me. We wasn't together at the time. But when she got pregnant, and I'm going to keep it real, I came around towards the end of the pregnancy, man. How far along you was, babe? When I stepped back into the picture. I did some childish, immature, little boy stuff. How far along you was before I stepped up?
Like 32 weeks.
So how many months that is?
8 months.
It's 8 months?
8.5 months.
8.5, right there.
Like 7.5, almost 8 months.
No, because when I came in and we got back, you had probably like about 3-4 weeks before he came. Before our first son was born. But she told me she was pregnant. I was a knucklehead. I said some things I shouldn't have said. And that shit caused a whole lot of friction between us, But later on in the podcast and as the weeks go on, we'll break all that down and how we got past all of that. I'm just trying to give y'all the backstory on how we got to where we at now. But make a long story short, because this is just the introduction of me and her and our podcast and what we gonna do and how we gonna, give relationship advice and marriage advice is, I stepped up. She had my son, our son. We were supposed to be together, right? What you was thinking at that time? When I helped you, when y'all first moved over here where we at, and you were staying with your mom, we were supposed to be what?
Together as a family.
What you was thinking? We was in a relationship, right?
Right.
We was in a relationship. But me slipping.
I thought we was in a relationship.
Okay, we was in a relationship because I wanted to be with her too. Me slipping on my pimp and let somebody come in the picture and deter my whole way of thinking. And I slipped up and went and did some stuff, and me and her split up for like a whole year, right? And I was with somebody else. She wasn't with nobody. I was with somebody. That didn't work out. I'm so blessed and thankful that it worked the way it did, and you know I had that chance. She gave me the chance to come back in her life and my son's life and do it right, right?
That's right.
So, huh?
I said that's right.
She gave me that opportunity, and you know I thank God for that every day. Cause man, I love my wife. I'm thankful to have her. I'm blessed. So I was in a relationship. I got my first apartment. Stayed there for 6 months. Had a 6-month lease. I lost my job at the end of that 6 month. Right at that 6-month lease. So I wasn't behind on any bills, but I lost my job. I couldn't afford the place. Moved in with my auntie. The chick I was with at the time, she moved in with me and my auntie. So my auntie let me and her shack up. I got another apartment like maybe a month or so later. I was working. I was doing restaurant work at the time. I was working in the kitchen. So I was doing it. Got the second place. My second apartment. Paid. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all, man. I had a 12-month lease there. Man, I paid my rent the first month, paid my lights the first month. Me and the girl fell out. She cheated on me in the worst way. I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. She cheated on me. I went and co-signed for her to get a car. Not my wife, the female I was with at the time. The guy we sitting down with doing the paperwork, co-signing and stuff, she ended up sleeping with him. He called the phone one day. I answered the phone. He tried to play it off. Y'all know how it go. He tried to play it like, oh man, I got the wrong number. I caught the voice. You hear me? So we fell out. I found out she was conversating with him. I never knew she slept with him. But at that time, she didn't sleep with him. So the way I reacted pushed her to go out there and go ahead and do that. But that's God's plan. Just listen to the story. So we fell out. She say it was just conversation or whatever. One day she come home from work. We at my apartment, like the second month in. And she was saying she got to go to her mom's house to get on the computer to do some homework. This is 2010. So I say, well, all right, I'm ride with you. Because normally when we ride together, she go to mom's house, I come too. She was just dead set on me not coming with her that day. You know, and I was trying to force this, and you know what, I gave in and like, fuck it, you know. I don't mean to curse, but I was like, you know, the hell with it, man. You go ahead and go to your mom's house. In the back of my mind, I think you're trying to do something anyway. So she say she went to her mom's house. Come to find out, she didn't. She went and got a hotel room with the guy, slept with the guy. I'm just trying to give y'all the backstory on how this worked with me and my wife. So maybe like 2-3 weeks later, no, hold up, let me say this. So after she said she went to her mom's house, she came back to our apartment and instantly came inside, took a shower, got in the bed, went to sleep. So my mind I'm already on it like, okay, you know, you don't normally go to bed this early. So obviously something that went on. You know, the guy at the time who she was messing with, he must have put it down right. So at that time, I'm 19 years old. She was 18. I'm 19. Not my wife. I'm talking about the girl I was with at the time, the little girl I was with at the time. So she went on ahead and slept with a guy that was like, he was like 34, 35. Put in his work, you know, put her to sleep. So, what's up, Cam? Let me do this, babe. Go in the bed. Let me finish doing this video. All right. So she lay around there, slept with him. She get mad one day. Told me, no, before she got mad, I figured out she was doing something. I had a suspicion. So I went to conversating with a girl that worked with me when I was in a restaurant. She was from Chicago or Detroit. So one night she went through my phone, seeing that I was texting a girl and all that, woke me up with the hoop and the hollering and called the girl phone. So the girl didn't answer, but the girl called right back. It was like 2 a.m. So she was all in the uproar and stuff. So when the girl called back, I answered the phone. She was like, "What's up, Sip? You called me?" I was like, "Yeah." So she was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Nothing. What you doing?" She was like, "Nothing, chilling." She was smoking. I said, "All right, well, bet I'm finna come over there." 2 a.m. I got up, got in my car, went over there. You hear me? We ain't do nothing, but I went over there, spent the night, whatever. The very next day, after she got out of school, she came back to the apartment. I was at the house. Then she went to throwing it in my face, bragging about how she slept with the guy. You know what I'm saying? How she slept with the dude. It was good and this, that, and the third and all that. That was the end of that. Then I switched jobs. I went to Walmart. Walmart wasn't working for me. So, long story short, I got evicted. So, I went back to my auntie house who I was with the first time when I slipped up on the 6-month lease. At the end of the 6-month lease when I lost my job. I went back to my auntie house, stayed at my auntie house for maybe a week. My wife had just got her first appointment. And I was on the phone with her talking to her. You know, we was getting, trying to, I don't know, bro. We were just conversating, and I came spent the night. And then I just started to realize, like, man, I've been running from this. That's for me a long time. And my daddy called me when I was at my auntie house, and he told me, there's nothing wrong with the woman. At the time, the mother of my child, the mother of my son. What's wrong with her? Ain't nothing wrong with her. Why you don't want to be with her? That's a good woman. That's a good girl. That's who you should be with. And what I was doing at the time, he said he would be less of a man to tell me that anything I was doing was right. I think I'm a man, but I'm not a man. And I took that to heart. I took that shit to heart, you hear me? So, I called my wife. We started talking. I begged her to let me come stay with her. And she let me in. And guess what? Here we is today. What, about 12, 13 years later?
13 years later.
13 years later, here we is. No, how old Junebug is later?
Junebug is 10. He'll be 11.
But we've been knowing each other way long. Yeah. So, all right, about 10 years later from that incident, about 11 years later from that incident, here we is. She gave me that second chance. I took it and ran with it. I started off good in the beginning, but y'all gotta wait till the next episode to see how I break everything else down. She cooking right now, and we gonna bring her more into the videos. But right now, she cooking for the family. It's late. She off tomorrow. I gotta work tomorrow, so we'll get back at y'all. But hey, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and we got all the advice you need to make it through. Anything I done been through, it's probably worse than what y'all done been through. So hey. To the women out there, if he worth it, give him some time, man, to grow up. Hey guys, if she worth it, give it some time. Cut out some of the foolishness you're doing, and it'll work out for you in the long run. So y'all just like, comment, subscribe, and we gonna get it popping. Love y'all. Y'all pray for me. I pray for y'all. It is what it is. Mr. Sip, I'm out. Bae.
I'm out.
All right.